Hey, everybody, and welcome to our first official episode of the Move to Heal podcast. My name is Allie Hershman.
I'm Colleen Delaney.
And I'm Ethan Hershman.
And we are the co-founders of Move to Heal, established in 2021. And we wanted to kick off our podcast by explaining what Move to Heal is, what we're all about, how we got started, and all the good things that Move to Heal offers and provides for the community. So I'm going to pass this over to E, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the Move to Heal program.
All right. Thanks, Al. Hey, everybody. So Move to Heal is a nonprofit that we started in June of 2021. And from a high level, we provide free services to anybody with any mental health issue, life trauma, addiction, PTSD, depression, anxiety, stress, and so much more. And the services are intro fitness classes that we follow by a 1-hour recovery meeting. Those intro classes are 30 minutes long. We also provide free gym memberships at those gyms that host us, and we are in 14 locations right now in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. We also provide free therapy sessions twice monthly with a licensed therapist, and also a 16-week nutritional program that is run by a registered dietitian. And it's really not about a diet; it's about intuitive eating. Mm-hmm. So these are all the services that we provide, and maybe we should talk a little bit about how we came about.
So the idea behind Move to Heal came about pretty organically, I'd say. I am a therapist, and I was going to school in Boston. I was getting my master's, and I was riding spin classes in between my classes for school, in between my internship. And there was just something about having that space that was like, it felt like all mine. You know, my mission was to get on that bike, to complete the class. And afterwards, I felt this like euphoric feeling where I wanted to talk with the people that were sitting next to me. I wanted to get to know the instructors more. And I'm like, wow, this feels so good, you know? And I was like, okay. I ended up writing my thesis on the effects that working out has when it comes to therapy and opening up in therapy and the willingness to be more vulnerable, more open, more willing to talk. And I had called my dad and I was like, this is back in 2015, actually 2014 at this point. And I called him. I was like, Dad, I have like such a great idea. Like, this is like, I feel like this is like going to change the world. It's so amazing. And he was like, yeah, sure. It sounds like really great. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later. And we literally never talked about that idea ever again until a little bit later on. And again, this kind of like organically manifested. You guys had a gym down in Greenwich. It was the perfect location to kind of start this. And one of my biggest things that I really wanted to make sure that we emphasize is the fact that Move to Heal is for everybody. This is not specifically AA. This isn't specifically NA. This isn't any specific type of group. This is a support group. And we cater to everybody, whether it's anxiety, depression, PTSD, postpartum, stress, life changes. Maybe you just moved to a new location. You're looking for community. It is literally for anybody. And I think that's one of the biggest things coming from the mental health world. Where does somebody go when they have anxiety? Where does somebody go where they have depression that really has the supportive group and has the workout element to it? And that's really how so much of this came about.
Yeah, and that's really where the magic happens, the non-denominational piece, because I learned so much from what everybody says, no matter what their background is, and what it really all comes down to is we all just have trauma. Mm-hmm. And how do we fix it? Mm-hmm. And how do we heal from it? And, you know, I do believe in strength in numbers and, you know, the people in the group, you know, you're a community. And when you share what you have to share, it cuts it in half and feels way less lighter to carry.
100%. I mean, I was talking in a meeting a week or two ago and just saying how it feels so safe there, and you really feel sort of part of a team after you do that intro fitness class together. We're all together in this. And then when we share our problems, it's really, you look around the room, there's no judgment. And it's a bunch of people that are, fractured in their life. And we're trying to become better human beings.
Yeah. And I remember I was a part of the CrossFit community for years, and you would do the workout and then everyone would sit around for like half an hour and just talk about life.
Right.
And so now this is just a more organized version of this with meeting topics, people chairing the meeting, and then everyone going around and sharing what they have to say about it. Or you don't have to share it all. You could just, sit there and just be there to listen.
Yeah. And I think that's also one of the biggest things. There's no pressure when it comes to the workout, when it comes to the actual support meeting itself. The workout, and Call, you can speak more to this, is really designed for every single person, whether you're an avid, CrossFitter, or whether you work out a lot, or maybe you really haven't moved your body in a certain way. It's not to intimidate. It is meant for everybody to complete, no matter what, modified to any fitness level. And then the support meeting, again, what you're speaking on, Call, it really is for everybody. And that is just a really special place where you can come, you can feel supported. There's no pressure to share. We always say, like, there's so many people that come, they're like, okay, I'm not going to share, and I'm just going to sit and listen. And then, they're like the second one with their hands up, you know what I mean? Which is cool. And I think that speaks volumes to how safe of a space is really created in these gyms.
And people, a lot of people will come to our meetings, and if they're a little intimidated by the workout, we encourage them just to walk around the gym, maybe hop on a bike and just pedal or something.
Yep.
And typically after a few meetings, people start getting involved and moving around a little bit. The workouts are 12 to 14 minutes at the most, and everybody starts at the same time. Everybody finishes at the same time. There's no winners or losers, and it's really just about getting your heart rate up a little bit, and then we sit down and share our lives, right?
Yep.
And support each other. So it's really that simple. Some of the other things that I'd like to mention about this is that if you come to 2 meetings and 2 workouts, you qualify for all the services. You qualify for a free gym membership. You qualify for free therapy. You qualify for the nutrition program. And then to maintain those qualifications, you just have to show up to a few meetings and a few workouts every month, and you can keep that going. Some of the real magic that happens, we're in our different locations, is that we have a lot of people that have joined these gyms. So when they're going to regular gym classes, they're seeing their Move to Heal brothers and sisters there. And, if they need to talk about something after the workout, there's somebody there that they're comfortable with and comfortable being vulnerable with. So it's really, if I had to say one word, it's community.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to touch a little bit more on what you spoke about like how the flow of a class goes.
Yeah.
Because walking into a gym is very intimidating for a lot of people. And I want people to know, who are listening, that this is open to anyone at any fitness level. I mean, any fitness level. You've never worked out a day in your life.
Even no fitness level.
Yes. Yeah. Just come. So when you come in, we get in a circle, we do an icebreaker, and the icebreaker is usually tied into the topic. And this just kind of gets everyone a little bit more comfortable, and
everyone knows each other.
And you get to know
each other.
You get to know, and also you say your name.
Yeah.
Then we go over the warm up and we go over the workout. And I just want to specify how easy it is to modify each movement. So for instance, like a push-up. If you can't do a push-up, you can go onto your knees and do push-ups on your knees. If you can't do that, you go up against a wall, standing incline push-up. So there's options for everybody. And I break down every single movement, no matter even if you've been there for 6 years and you're an avid CrossFitter, it's always broken down so that everybody feels comfortable. And then the workout goes, and everyone starts and stops at the same time. So that's one thing I really want people to understand is You're not going to finish 10 minutes after anyone. Everybody is going at their pace. They're not worrying about what anyone else is doing. And so that you don't feel like it's a race. You're there just to move and sweat and be with good people, so that right after the workout, we circle up the boxes and then we start talking. And that's like where the real healing happens.
Yeah, thanks for that, Colleen.
Yeah,
that gave
love
a really
that.
good description of what we're doing. And you know, the other thing is, I know a lot of people think that, oh, I'm going to go to this, I have to work out, I have to sit in a meeting, I got to be part of this group. All you have to do is show up and just listen. Like
you don't need to share.
You don't need to share. You don't need to work out. If you don't want to, you can just observe and listen the first time. And I highly recommend even just doing that.
And also, too, if you have an injury of some sort, I can modify. The other coaches can modify at all of our locations. That's why we are so particular about who we partner with, because I want this to be a safe space for everybody when they come in physically and mentally.
And I want you to speak on that, because obviously you're sitting here, you're saying, you know, the push up, if you can't do that, you can go to your knees. If you can't do that, you can go to the wall. But if you're not there and you're not the coach of that gym, how do you kind of vet to make sure? Because we don't just say yes to every gym that has approached us. So you really go through this whole process of making sure that it is a comfortable and safe space for all participants that, you know, when we're partnering. So what does that look like? Like, what is that magic for you? What do you feel from that?
So when a gym reaches out to us, I can usually tell within like the first few minutes of just their personality if they're going to be a good fit or not. I don't care how well you can teach an air squat, or I want to know that you can create that safe space and get someone to feel comfortable enough to work out and then open up in a meeting. So when we partner with these gyms, they come and visit us. So they come to Brantford, they watch me coach, they watch the whole meeting, and we talk a little bit after. Then we go to their gym, and I want to see what they're doing there, what they're like in their community, how they are with other people. I also am sitting in the meetings, and I'm observing the gym owners, how if they're going to raise their hand in the meeting and be open and vulnerable, because that's super important. You have to set that example.
Absolutely.
So those are some of the things that I look for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can really tell, and Colleen's really good at this. You know, does a person, when you first meet them, give you the standoff energy, or that really inviting, you know, energy hug, if you will, right?
And also the other thing I left out is the passion. This takes effort. This takes time. And you have to be passionate about this, because you're helping so many people. So it's not just about your gym. This is a whole nother add-on. So it's going to take time and it's going to take effort. So are you willing to put in that work?
Absolutely. Yeah, because, you know, this, for some people, it's the best hour and a half of their week. You know, it's their me time. It's their time to come and decompress and get things off their chest. And we want that to be consistent and really special for everybody.
Absolutely.
It's really important. So I kind of want to wrap this up. I know we wanted to keep it short and sweet so people got to know a little bit more about the program. If you have more questions, definitely visit us at www.movetohealct.org or email us info@movetohealct.org. I just want to let anyone know, if you have a Move to Heal location near you, just show up. There's no need to sign up. Everything is free, from the Move to Heal meetings to the gym membership, the therapy, the nutritional counseling, all of that. So there's no cost associated with any of this. And
so where do I put my credit card?
Yeah, right? Nowhere. I know, it's not crazy. Yeah, like a lot of times, like it's totally free, but we just need your credit card. Like, no.
At home.
Yeah, exactly. Leave your credit card at home.
We
don't need anything.
Name.
You're just your first name. That is it. And we welcome you with open arms. And we really hope, if you're hearing this and you're like, this is, you know, something I've been looking for, you have access to it. But I kind of want to wrap this up with just some of, maybe each of us can just say, and I know I'm putting you guys on the spot here, but just one of your favorite moments over the last couple of years here with Move to Heal, with maybe a testimony that you've heard or just an interaction that you've had.
I think traveling to the different locations, I hear from a lot of people. But I'm going to speak more to the location. I run the Brantford location, and somebody said to me the other day that like really made me smile. She said, "You made me fall in love with working out again."
Oh my God, I love that.
That's
and
terrific.
she never enjoyed it and never felt good enough or felt like she knew what she was doing. And now she's going to her other gyms and feeling confident walking through the door.
I love that.
And that just really made me smile.
That's amazing.
For me, I think one of the most memorable comments or just situation stories that I had the pleasure of hearing from one of our members was this person had started going to just the workouts and the support meetings and then started the therapy and then started the nutritional counseling. And they said they had gained so much confidence mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that they actually were able to leave an abusive relationship. And to me, I just think that's one of the most incredible things. A lot of times, especially I see this a lot in my practice with abusive relationships. It's very isolating. There's not a lot of means necessarily to leave or move or even have access to some of these services. So I was like, wow. And I get goosebumps literally sitting here and saying that because that's just so special and incredible.
That's amazing. Allie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think one of the most special moments I had so far in this Move to Heal journey was when we opened up Putnam, Connecticut. And, our protocol is Colleen and I go to the first meeting. She works with the coaches. I run the first meeting, tell a little history. We do that. And then we pop in once every 3 months, once a quarter thereafter. And when we opened up Putnam in March of 23, so March of last year, we opened that up. I couldn't make it for the first meeting. And so I didn't get there till June. And we went in and nobody knew, or the coaches knew who we were, but a lot of the other people didn't. A nice little community had already formed just in 3 months. They had about 20, 25 people there at that meeting. And, we were announced at the beginning, so everybody knew who we were by the end of the meeting. And then independently, two women, about 5 minutes apart, came up and said the same thing to me and Kyle. And they said, you saved my life. And I looked at the first woman that said this and I said, well, I couldn't have saved your life. This is the first time I've met you and the first time I'm here. And she goes, well, no, your program has saved my life. And then, we talked a little bit, and then 5 minutes later, another woman came up and said pretty much the same thing. And I was just so blown away by that because, and such a great feeling, because when we started this, when the three of us got this started, we didn't know. We didn't know.
We had no idea.
We had no idea this was going to work.
I literally tear up every single time you tell a story.
No
and I've heard
idea.
that story like 5 times.
And then, we got in the car to go home, and I said to Kyle, we've got lightning in a bottle. It's not us doing this, because we didn't. The first couple locations, it was us doing it, and we didn't know if it was us or the program or whatever. And I said, it's our playbook.
Yeah.
And then it was from that point forward. It was like it's our job to spread this as far and wide as we possibly can.
Yeah, and it's so incredible that June 2021. Carl was coaching, you were running the meetings, I was doing the therapy, and it was just the three of us, you know what I mean? So to see it, 14 locations, we plan on opening many more in 2024.
Five therapists now, or
5
6?
therapists, about to be 6 therapists on board. It is just the coolest thing, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this. And
Me too.
we really open every person with open arms that is hearing this right now and thinks that they resonate with it or think it'd be something that would be amazing in their life.
Yeah. And anyone that is struggling, for anyone that's listening, please send them our way.
Yeah.
Struggling with anything.
Literally anything. Yeah.
And please keep tuning in, because we're going to have some amazing guests on.
Yeah. Incredible stories.
From all different walks of life and different life stories.
Experts in the fields.
Experts in the field. We're going to have some fun, some laughs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really look forward to having all of you come here every week forever. So
We love it. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, if you are looking for more information, please email us info@movetohealct.org, www.movetohealct.org, or find us on Instagram @movetoheal.ct. My name is Allie Hershman.
I'm Colleen Delaney.
And I'm Ethan Hershman.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.